Welcome everybody, Steve here. Cab's in the shop. That's a good thing. It's cold and windy out today, so working in the shop, it's going to be quite nice. So Kevin has done a lot of work to this already. Like he's, done the body work and the welding on the inside. I gotta look after the outside because I gotta make sure it looks pretty. And just trying to decide where to start. You can see here they got some filler up here. I'm not too sure what's going on. We won't know until we strip it. But for the most part, this cab's not in too bad a shape, and that makes me happy. Of course we did cab corners, and there's a few other little issues here and there. The roof looks like it's in pretty good shape, and that'll be determined, of course, when we strip it. But for the most part, I think we're going to be okay. Of course, there's a hole in the roof that got welded up. I'll have to patch that. And everybody in the back of the day had a CV antenna, and that's what that was for. But no, I think it's gonna be one of those projects that it's gonna go quite quickly now, and that makes me happy because the quicker we get this done, the quicker I can maybe get some of my stuff in here. So let's get started. I'm just taking care of the pinholes. There's always a couple. So, little brother screwed up here, and yeah, kind of ruined my day. But, he replaced the bottom part of this cab corner. He said, oh, there's no rust over here, but there is. There was a couple pinholes, and once there's a pinhole, just a matter of time before the rest of it goes. So I got the rest of the patch. I'll slam that in there. Hope for the best. It'll work, but that's one thing, in these old trucks, it doesn't matter if there's one pinhole, replace the whole thing, because it's just going to start. You can look at the backside and see pits and it's not too bad a shape, but down below it was a little bit worse. I did a little investigating, and well, all I know is I got to replace it. At least it's up in the air, it's not too bad. That's going to fit okay. Tack her in. Yep. It's going to look good. Time to put some filler in. Of course, going with the fiberglass reinforced stuff to begin with. You know, it's so nice having this rotisserie when you're doing these cab corners. You know, I know you guys get tired of me saying that, but man, I didn't get burned once. Typically you get a couple good burns when you're laying on your back, welding away. Shouldn't take very much filler to get these done. You know, things look pretty good. When you're whenever you're putting one of these, you know, cab corners, they're not that good. You know, they really don't fit very well. So the more time you spend trying to get it looking good, the better off, or the easier it's going to be for you to do the finishing, that's for sure. But, you know, you just can't expect, you know, everything to work perfectly. Sure, the manufacturers are not making very much money on these patches. All right, do the other side as well. So we're not having this chrome here, so I do have to weld these up, but these bashed in there pretty good. Got a pretty good nasty going on, so we're going to make sure it's all pulled nice. I have to pull that one first. You know, there's still quite a bit of damage up here. We gotta put some time in and pull. I know the brother was bashing on it from the inside. Try not to do that. If you can just pull and be in control, because when you're in there, you don't know where you're hitting, and you end up going way, way too far and making a hell of a mess. You got a lot of control with this the stud gun here. It's looking good, pretty happy. Thing is, you know, you'll never ever know if there's a little bit of a different curve or something like that, you know, from the new cab corners to original. But that's why I like to cut my, you know, when I weld it on, I leave a 1/4 of an inch here so that I've got the original line. I tell you, the original line is That's where the money's at. I want to make sure you've got that, or else you're just guessing with some of these panels. Using the chisel here, I find that you can really, if you're sitting there trying to hit it, you gotta be on, like really on. If you're using a chisel, then you get it exactly where you want to go. Time to address this corner here. Like both sides were bashed in on that corner, so I don't know what previous owners had done, but we gotta fix it. So we'll just weld some nails on and pull it out. Got a couple of issues up here as well. I gotta pull that one. It's got a bit of a crack. Let's see, what else do we got here? Over here. Give that a try. Pretty tough pull. Could take some nails. This guy here is kind of humped over, and that's a tough one because if I pound that in, this is going to go out and our gap's going to be a little wrong on the door. So I'm going to make a cut down here. Straighten that all out, weld it back up. I got to weld back up here anyway. I got to pull this little guy. And this corner is starting to look pretty good. Well, I'm really happy the way that this dent turned out here. You know, patience always pays off. And take your time. You know, you can work any dent out. Another nice day today. Spring is here, finally. Doesn't take that much to heat the shop now. Well, it's still not that warm. You know, it's only, I don't know, 8 or 7 degrees out today, Celsius. But that's a lot better than the minus 20s that we've been having last week. That wasn't fun at all. So we're gonna, as soon as this side's done, we're gonna go to the other side and start working on it. Lots to do over there too. It's got a big dent. And now that it's nice, you know, I can open up the doors and get rid of all this paint that's on there, take it off. I'll let this one set up a little bit longer than normal, because it, you know, when you're setting on curves, it takes a little less effort. But we'll get her close with the file. Still want to reduce the work. Might want to check this out. I just picked this up the other day. So the other beetle that I have, I think I can make one out of the two now. This is a 74, and you know, it's got its issues, but we all do. But it's a good starting point. There's no such thing as a perfect body on a 1972 Beetle anymore. Looking forward to that project. That'll be mine. Had to get some new sandpaper. Just around the fuel tank right here. It's a little bit rough. Let's see what I put in here. It's kind of nice. The dolly is almost the same curve. I think that'll do. Got a little crack right here, gotta weld that up. This side here is looking pretty good. Get a little bit of filler up there. We'll have to put another coat on when I get all this done, but I'm gonna put that on the list today. As soon as I get this bodywork looking okay, then I think I'm gonna open the doors and start stripping paint. See what kind of a mess is underneath it. Hopefully it's gonna be good. You never know though. I guess if a guy just thinks that it's going to be a nightmare and it turns out good, then you have cause to celebrate. That wouldn't be bad. Well, I wheeled out about, a good 1/4 of an inch of filler up here in the corners on both sides. So, I don't know why would it be like that. You know, whether the jackknife the trailer or something like that. But it's not damaged up here. Yeah, it's a little bit weird. And then this is a little low in the seam up here. We'll have to do a little bit of work there. But, you know, I guess it's just easier throw the filler to her instead of pulling the dents out. There's not that much of a dent in there. It actually feels pretty good. Still gotta pull it. And there's one little guy down here. Yeah, and that's gonna be a little tough because this is all curved in here. So, yeah, I gotta fire another brain cell to get that one done. But it's looking good. I got the roof, I haven't sanded it, but from, you know, just from looking at it, looks pretty good. So that makes me happy because I don't like fixing roofs. You know, along the edge here, there's a couple of dents, so we'll have to deal with them. But overall, we should be able to get quite a bit done today. And then we can move on to the front part of the cab. I think this week we'll get some primer in there and it'll be, we're getting close. I like it. And it's warming up. So that means that when it's warm, I can start painting. All right, what do I want to do? All right, stud puller. It's not really taking too much to pull this out. You know, I think I maybe have half a dozen nails in there. It's pretty good. Maybe one more right there. And just hold the thing up where my stick will fall on the other side. Got some dents on this side here we gotta deal with as well, so let's get her done. So we can do the body work all at the same time.